And how good is the pistol, though? So let's just load it up. Okay, pistol decidedly not as good. Not as good. Oh god, we almost got killed there. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Fragmented. And, this is an open-world survival game with RPG and crafting elements. Come back! No! No, no, no! It's different! It's different. Come back! I swear it's probably different. No, basically, this is... The basic premise of this is that you have crash-landed on an alien world, and so it's got a very sort of sci-fi theme to it. You can see all these alien plants around, and I've forgotten where my house is, actually. I'm going to go find the house. So, I've played this for about an hour so far, just to kind of make sure that everything's working, and it's not a difficult game to figure out. I mean, there's all the basic survival elements. For example, you can see everything on the right-hand side of the screen there. In order, we've got our health, stamina, hunger, thirst. I believe that last one is lung capacity for swimming and stuff. And then you've got your temperature below there. So right now we're a little bit cold, but we should be okay. We're not really taking any damage from that. So yeah, it's a very good-looking game, I gotta say. I mean, it doesn't look all that bad, and it runs really well, which I was quite surprised at. I don't know why I should be surprised at that, but then again, with early access open world survival games, that tends to be an issue, and in fact it tends to persist in being an issue much later on. So all the basic stuff is here. We've got our gathering, so we can harvest down here. I've noticed the animations are a little bit odd, in the sense that it's probably not made for an FOV as wide as what I'm using. I'm using 90. It's an FOV of 90. And there is a field of view slider, so that's important. And I'm using 90, but it was defaulted to 80, I believe. So that might actually have something to do with some of the animations looking a bit strange. So yeah, that's what you're seeing there. So here's our inventory screen, and we've got a bunch of things here already. I can just show you my character. There we go, that's my character there. We can zoom up pretty far, actually. And the combat system is a bit like a hack-and-slash MMO. So if I do see an enemy, I will be sure to show you that. Now, one of the things is that you can actually use tools for gathering. I know that sounds a bit strange, but you might have noticed in a lot of games it's about punching trees and things as you make tools. And this is really no different to that. Except that some of the weapons can also be used as tools as well. It's up to you kind of to decide what sort of things you want to be carrying, because of course, if we have a look at our inventory screen, it's not very, very big at all. We don't actually have a lot of space that we can use, and all of the tools that go onto your tool belt are still in your inventory, so you do need to keep that space available. So, in a sense, when you equip an item, it goes into your equip slot. That actually gets removed from your inventory there, but everything else sort of stays. So, you do need to keep that space available while you're crafting, or gathering materials to go and craft as well. So, let's have a look at the crafting screen here. So, it's a very, very basic kind of window, really, and we've got a lot of things that we can craft, and we can filter these by sort of what they are. So we've got melee weapons here, and these also double up as tools, like stone axes can be used to chop down trees, but they also make very good weapons. Same deal with the hammer. I'm not sure what the hammer is actually for, but this is also a decent weapon as well. And then we've got clubs and flails, which are all really sort of good starter weapons as well. So the knife here is actually effective as a weapon, as a starter weapon, but it's also used for crafting things. So when we collect from plants and things, the knife kind of acts as a machete to go and craft things, or to gather resources. So that's an interesting thing there. And of course we've got different types of acids that we can make, and these are actually used to... we do need a mortar and pestle for that. And these are actually used to make other materials, so we can refine those into other things. Like the limestone makes quicklime, which is then used to make other stuff as well. So all of these things, it doesn't automate it. You kind of have to know these items are used to make other materials, which is used to make other things. Kind of like Factorio without the automation. So that's a thing to bear in mind. And of course, the skidding stone can be used to gather hides. So When we kill animals, of course, we have a lot of other things that we can do with those. And then, of course, our survival stuff here. And then there's buildings. So we can actually make our own buildings here. We can make wooden shacks. We can make steel walls. We kind of make a really big base. And, of course, iron floors as well. Stone walls, if we really want to. That requires cement. So you can see there all of the sort of base ingredients to make wood stuff. And then as you go along, you end up needing more advanced materials. And some of these materials are crafted in a different way. Let me explain to you how that sort of works. I'm just going to use a quick little cheat here to kind of make the world a little brighter. It just doesn't look as good in the darkness. So here is our inventory screen that I showed you earlier, and we have a level over here. So this level will go up when we gather materials, when we craft things, when we do combat. All of that stuff adds up to our XP, and these give us skill points. So if you played games like Ark and things like that before, you might have noticed that you research individual items separately, and there's no real categorization of that, and it gets a little bit tricky initially to figure out. This makes it sort of easier by just categorizing everything, and then you level up according to that. So you got a nice tooltip there, which shows you what recipes you unlock at different levels. Now bear in mind, this is pre-release, so when I'm recording this, the game is not released yet, so all this is subject to change. But what you're seeing here are a lot of recipes that are already available. For example, electronics at level 10 will let us make an off-road vehicle. So there are vehicles in this game. We can make that. We can even make turrets and robots as well. So lots of things that we can do there. And of course we've got more melee weapons, and we've got ranged weapons as well. We can actually make a sniper rifle at level 4. And these also add up to our overall skills as well. So with electronics, it gives us medical scanner bonuses, melee damage, of course, with the melee skill. So a lot of things there as well, and I believe I'm actually dying of hunger right now. So I need to very quickly go and find some berries to eat. So we've got a bunch of sweet stalks from that one. And let's just grab some... Oh, that's fiber. There is some level of consistency with what the plants actually give you. Majority of them seem to give you the same sorts of things. But if you can identify the different plants, like for example the pink-leafed ones, they tend to give you summer berries, and some of the other ones give you different types of berries as well. So that it's not a generic plant, you know. They all are slightly different in their own way. So our knife is about to break. That's a bit of a shame. So we will have to craft a replacement. All of the items have durability, so that's something to bear in mind. I can hit one there, I think. No. Okay, let's craft another stone knife. Our inventory happens to be full. Oh no, it's rolling away. So yes, that's a little annoyance that I have with the game, is that when items are... when you don't have enough space in your inventory, you tend to sort of... I'm just going to drop the skinning stone, I don't really need it. You tend to just drop it on the floor, and it has physics, so it tends to roll away, which is a little bit annoying. Alright, so let's see if we can find our house here, and I will show you sort of how buildings work, if I can find it. I don't really know how you lose a house. Alright, so I think we have well and truly lost our house, which is a bit of a shame. But not to worry, we can actually craft another one. Just go into construction here and see what we need to make one. So I have a wooden shack, and all I need is logs. So really, all I would really need to do is go and chop down some trees for that. I do need to recover my stamina a little bit. We have been sprinting around a fair amount. Now, I did see some animals jumping over there, so I would be able to show you some combat and some hunting as well, which should be quite fun. Alright, that's one log, so we will get there eventually. Alright, so melee combat is fairly simple. It's just left click to swing and right click to block, and that's sort of how it works. But you will notice a combat log come up in the bottom left of the screen once we get into a fight. And that is actually just how we... Oh, there we go. So you can actually see at the bottom there, there's evasion, and we show hit how many points of damage is being done. Oh, that was a nasty one. We've actually almost died. But you can see there, you know, how much damage is being dealt and everything like that. And we've gathered some meat from them. So if we have a skinning knife, we can, of course, use that on the... Well, we can use a knife or a skinning knife. And we use that on the corpse of it to get hides and other nice things from there as well. So let's just try and not get into a fight just yet. Use a couple of our bandages, get some health back, and I have a club that I could use. Alright, so let's attack you. Right, so we equip our knife now. So we've actually sliced off a piece of animal fat. And animal fat's quite useful because it's used for many, many things. In fact, if we combine it with resin, we can make glue, which is then used for other things. But we can also create a pistol now because we have animal fat for that. And all we need for that is a campfire. So you can see here just sort of how this sort of thing works. Let's just get our campfire out. We can actually do these. Now, campfires in this game are actually temporary. There's no way to sort of refuel them. And they seem to be sort of immune to the volume control. So I apologize that this is going to be very, very loud. Oh, and I've been killed. Not to worry. We're very, very close to there, so I can just go back there again. Which is just fine. Yeah, it's absolutely fine. I'm stuck on a plant now. So I think we were just over here, so I just need to go over there and pick up the pistol because that is on the ground. Now, you don't lose your items when you die in, depending on the server rules, of course. As far as I've noticed, PvE servers don't make you lose anything when you die, which could be a good or bad thing depending on how you play this game. Of course, I have my full inventory still with me and I haven't lost anything at all. I don't know. Yeah, these items do lose durability over time when you take damage, so that's something to bear in mind. But other than that, you don't seem to lose anything, really, when you die. So, yeah, if you're more into hardcore survival games, this might be a little bit too casual for you, with just how, you know, everything sort of works. Right, let's see if we can find where we died earlier. I believe it was somewhere over here. Because it'd be a shame to kind of lose that pistol just after making it. And of course you can craft ammunition for this, or rather you have to craft ammunition for that. So I think we were right next to a campfire. So all we have to do is look for a campfire. Shouldn't be that hard to find, I think. Alright, so it seems I've lost the campfire as well now. Which means that pistol is probably long gone now. It could even have rolled away and no idea where it's gone to now. But we can just craft another one. That'll be fine. I think we're gonna be okay. Oh, I hear a fire. I think it is. Yes, it is. We have found it, but where's... Alright, this is the fire. I was standing here when I died. And don't tell me it despawned, because that would be annoying. That would be incredibly annoying. But yeah, that is the campfire. So what I can do is I can actually get some... I can cook some meat. So we do have a lot of meat that we can cook. We have actually leveled up as well. So I'm just going to have some of that meat. And that should give us some health back, I think, as well. It is restoring our health slowly. So eating meat will give you health back, but eating berries does not. And of course, that's animal fat. Well, we don't have any bandages left. That's a bit... But yeah, so I think the pistol is gone. So we just need one resin. And I think we get that from stones. I can't remember. Okay, so basically I didn't look at the crafting menu properly and I was harvesting like crazy. As it turns out, you use logs to make resin because resin comes from wood, and yeah, I guess that makes sense. So we have enough resin to make a pistol now, I think. Let me just have a look at that. So, survival resin, there we go. So we need a mortar and pestle for that. Yeah. So I need to make a mortar and pestle. Question is, how do I do that? Right, so a mortar and pestle requires a wood club, which we can definitely make, I'm pretty sure. So we can make a wood club. There we go. And of course, it drops on the floor because we don't have enough space in our inventory. So that's a thing we need to take care of. Now, I need to move some of this stuff because inventory management in this game is a little bit annoying. So I'm going to drop that for now. I'm going to pick up the wooden club, and then I'm going to craft the mortar and pestle. So it's a bit annoying in the sense that it doesn't auto-sort things, so sometimes you can't pick up an item because the slots aren't available, but it's really just because it just needs to be sorted out properly, and that's a bit of a... Right, I thought I had that done. So I need a campfire in order to make a mortar and pestle. Right, campfire. So let's get that campfire placed down. And let's put up a mortar and pestle. Alright, so that's there, that's done, and then we can put that down. And now, we can pick that up again. So now we should be able to make a resin. That's the one we need. Yep, make resin. So let's make a few pieces of resin so we don't have to worry about this again. Now, mortar and pestle seems to be permanent, but the campfire is very, very temporary. It runs out very quickly. So you do need to make use of that as quickly as possible. We can make a rifle. That is a thing we can make. In fact, we can make one of each. So I'm going to make that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop my nailed club. I no longer need you. And now I have a rifle. So let's get that rifle out. It's a very futuristic looking rifle as well. And I think we're going to go ahead and craft a pistol as a sort of backup weapon. Alright, and now we just need ammunition. So, ammunition requires this thing called calibrite, which is a little bit of a weird word to say, I guess, but, that we can get from just going through and hitting some of these rocks, and that's really the basis of it. It's just sort of like get more things to make more things. I mean, that's the basis of like basically every survival game. And now, I know that makes it sound really generic, but something about the way in which this is done, the fact that this is a survival game set in a sci-fi universe, like, it has that sort of draw to it that, you know, I've not seen in other survival games. I'm actually more interested in this than I am in games like Ark, and I love dinosaurs, don't get me wrong, but just could never really get into Ark as a game. Yet, this has really caught my attention. And I really can't put my finger onto why exactly. Which is a bit of a shame. Since I wish I kind of could tell you. Right, so we've got our rifle here. And we've got a pistol. So that has an aim down sight. I'm guessing the rifle does as well. We could actually play this in third person too. So that's the... In fact, the game does look better in third person, I gotta be honest. The first person animations are not the best. So let's test this out. Oh, that seems to be working very nicely there. So this is perfect for hunting then. How good is the pistol though? So let's just load it up. Okay, pistol decidedly not as good. Not as good. Oh god, we almost got killed there. But you know what? We're doing okay. I'd say we're doing okay. And I think next time I'm going to be building a house and a base that we can actually live in. And this will be our happy little hunting ground. But I am going to end this one here. This is Fragmented. It's a new early access survival game coming out in, I think, 2 days on Steam. So go and have a look at it then. And let me know what you think of this game, and if you would definitely be interested in seeing a series on it. I know this is very different to what I usually play. I do kind of like Crossout, but I'm also looking at introducing a lot more variety into the channel as well. So do let me know what you think of this game, and if you're looking forward to a series, and leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. My name is Panzer, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.